Hey, what's up YouTube? Santiago here with Dead Draw Gaming, and today I'm going to be covering my Mewtwo EX variant. I did write an article about this on deaddrawgaming.com, so go ahead and check that out. Link will be in the description, and without further ado, let's get started. So I have two Shaman EX in this deck. For the setup ability, I have three Mewtwo EX. This will be your main attacker. He has two really nice attacks in Shatter Shot and Damage Change. Shatter Shot does 30 times the amount of Psychic you have attached to your Mewtwo. So this can set up for some really nice, efficient 2-shots and eventually 1-shots if your opponent can't deal with it. Damage Change is going to be your main attack. You switch all your damage counters from your active Pokemon to your opponent's active Pokemon. So you can do some real shenanigans with this. If your opponent isn't able to hit 210 each damage, then they actually just kind of sit there and watch you damage change until you win. We have a 2-2 line at Garbodor. I'm going to touch on this Trubbish just a little bit because his Acid Spray attack is actually kind of cute. For 1 Psychic, you can do Acid Spray for 10 and flip a coin. If heads, you can discard an energy. This is really nice if you need to discard energy from your opponent to survive attacks, or just stall the game so you can set up further. Garbodor is running this deck strictly for Garbotoxin. It's probably one of the strongest abilities in the game right now. Being able to shut off other abilities like Setup from Shaman, Hoopa's Scoundrel Ring, and probably most notably Volcanion Steam Up and Greninja's Giant Water Shuriken. You can really neuter their damage output by doing that, allowing you to damage change more efficiently. So the next card that you'll notice is different from my deck list is actually I dropped the Jirachi. I dropped it in favor of a Crushing Hammer along with a couple other cards so I could bump up to 3 Crushing Hammers total. And why you want to be running Crushing Hammers is because you can control your opponent's damage output by controlling the amount of energy they have on the board. This really helps against decks like Yveltal, Mewtwo, and even Volcanion, and can be really nice to help you just kind of further your control over the board state. Enhanced Hammer is in the deck for similar reasons. Escape Rope helps you with switching, especially when you're running big retreat cost Pokemon like Garbodor. It can really help you in certain situations. Max Elixir is your energy acceleration, so you can get Mewtwo's powered up faster. Super Rod can help you recover Garbodor pieces and energy. It's just really good recovery. Trainer's Mail is for consistency. You have 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Via Seeker, 2 Lysander, 3 N. Pokemon Center Lady. This is actually really nice because you can turn 2 shots into 3 shots with a Fury Belted Mewtwo, allowing you to more efficiently use Damage Change and Shatter Shot for knockouts. For Professor Sycamore, 1 Team Flare Grant. Again, for this energy disruption, you have this control over your opponent's board state. It allows you to more efficiently damage change. 2 Silent Lab. It's another change that I made to the deck. This is actually a change that I made because of a Facebook comment that I saw after I posted my article on deaddrawgaming.com. Someone commented saying that Silent Lab would be really interesting in the deck and help more than Parallel, and I do have to agree. When I played in Dallas, Parallel didn't help me too much, and the effects in which Parallel helped me, either reducing Volcanion's damage or making their bench smaller so they couldn't Hoopa for tons of things, could easily do the same with Silent Lab because you could neuter Volcanion's damage as well as shut down Hoopa. You also have 3 Fighting Fury Belts. This allows you to get to 210 HP with Mewtwo, making damage change really good. And it also allows you to do 10 more with Shatter Shot. You have 3 float stones. This allows your Garbodors to float around the board freely, and because you're only running 7 basic Pokemon, a lot of the times you won't actually start Mewtwo, so you'll have something in the active, Float Stone, Max Elixir, and that's a pretty good turn. 10 Psychic Energies, I think that's the perfect amount of energies for this deck. You hit Max Elixirs pretty consistently, and you're never really starving for energies, so I think this is a good number of energies for this deck. The matchups go... We'll look at Mega Mewtwo first, because it's kind of ironic. So the reason why you don't play the Mega is because you can run more techie cards like Crushing Hammer and Enhanced Hammer and make your matchups better all around. Your Mega Mewtwo matchup is pretty good because you have these Crushing Hammers and these Enhanced Hammers, and you can neuter their damage output while also hitting them for weakness. Also, the math works out really nicely for a first turn attachment plus Fury Belt. You can Shatter Shot for 80. Second turn attachment plus Fury Belt. You can Shatter Shot for 140, and that knocks out Mega Mewtwo for 2 energies. So it's really efficient. And at 2 energies, they actually need to have 5 energies attached to them to one-shot you. So it's really unrealistic to think about that. Not really unrealistic, actually, because they run Mega Turbo and Double Colorless, but it's harder for them to attain, especially when under Garblock. Next matchup, Yveltal, Garb. That's, again, very similar to Mega Mewtwo. They need lots of energies to be able to one-shot you, and you can damage change pretty efficiently onto them. With Crushing Hammer, Enhanced Hammer, you can actually trap things in the active quite often, and that matchup is pretty decent for you as well. Volcanion. Volcanion is pretty good because you have Garbodor and Silent Lab along with Crushing Hammers, again giving you good board state control, and you can also just damage change and Shadow Shot efficiently. This deck actually doesn't run a lot of Fighting Fury Belts, they run a couple, but eventually you can actually just damage change Volcanions for straight knockouts, which is nice. And Greninja is your best matchup by far because they can't really one-shot you. Even without Garb, they're rarely one-shotting you. So it's a really nice matchup because of damage change and because of Fighting Fury Belt. So that is basically your auto win. I played against 3 Greninja decks at Dallas, and none of them took a prize against me, so that shows you how strong this deck is against Greninja. Mega Gardevoir is your worst matchup by far. I had some people tell me to put Weakness Policy in, and I actually did try that out for some time. I took out the Enhanced Hammers for them. However, it doesn't help your Mega Gardevoir matchup too much because they actually still steamroll you. They can one-shot your Mewtwo's because now you have less HP. They can really just, as long as they set up one Gardevoir under your hammers, which is very possible because it only needs 2 energies to attack, they pretty much steamroll you. So I decided to go back to 2 Enhanced Hammers so that I could have better Yveltal and Mega Mewtwo matchups. So if you're willing to have a bad Mega Gardevoir matchup, but are willing to also have really good matchups against Volcanion, Mega Mewtwo, Yveltal, and Greninja, then I think this deck is worth testing out. So we're going to jump to a couple of matches here and see how the deck runs. A couple of other notable matchups. Vileplume is another notable one. Vileplume is kind of, I think, even. If you're able to get Garbodor up before their Vileplume, it's obviously really good for you and you can easily sway the matchup. But because they're running things like Lugia and Mew, that can easily one-shot you, which is scary. But overall, the matchup is pretty 50-50. Sometimes Vileplume just beats itself. and we're looking at a fighting colorless deck. So this might be Zygarde Carving, possibly even Garchomp Talonflame. I've been seeing that float around quite a bit on PPCGO. This is Zygarde Carbink. Pretty good deck. They get topped at Fort Wayne. I'm not sure if anything else, but overall this is pretty decent. Let's get a Wally turn 1 into Carbink, which is kind of a threat. But we do get this Crushing Hammer and don't hit it though. We'll set up to draw 2. And that's really unfortunate. We did get the Silent Lab too. I think I'll pass. What's actually kind of cute is that if I damage change onto Carbink, I actually just heal my damage because it says including effects. So you get some real nice setup. I can Enhanced Hammer, Fighting Fury Belt, attach, and pass again. So he's not getting the best draws, and we can use that to our advantage. So he's just going to Diamond Gift, putting energy back onto him. Now I actually think we can just continuously do this over and over again until we get our Garb out. Going to Escape Rope. Okay, now we actually have to do stuff. He's going to start trying to damage my Shamans. So, whoa. Let's see, we can actually Max Elixir, fail that. But if we get enough, we can do lots of damage, so. Sycamore. Don't find Floatstone or Trubbish for that matter. Get a Tails on that. Grab Floatstone off our Trainer's Mail. Grab. Oh, and he concedes. So pretty early concede from my opponent there. So we're going to jump into one more match and see how it does. Again, though, you can see pretty consistent draws off of what we saw there for the first opening hand. Yeah, like I said in Vileplume, it's pretty 50-50. Definitely check out my article. I talk about Vileplume a little bit. So I think this is Volcanion probably. And we win the coin flip so we can go first. This is good because then we can set up Garb pretty early. This hand is okay. If we can get to Silent Lab and just kind of brick him, that's cool too. Okay, we can Ultra Ball, discarding these two cards pretty safely to grab. I think Trubbish is actually fine to pick up here. We'll see what's in our deck. One, those are prized, but that's not a big deal. Sycamore is prized. Overall, prizes aren't too bad. A couple energies are prized, which does hurt the Max Elixir. fact, I'm gonna grab Sycamore. Sycamore is actually fine. We can potentially just really hurt our opponent here. Actually, we need to hurt our opponent here because we drew into a lot of energies, which doesn't happen often. Again, only run 10, and in fact, there were only 7 in the deck, so drawing into 3 was kind of a lot. So I'm gonna play Trainer's Mail again. Silent Lab gives him the incentive to play things like N, so we could be fine. And we have Lysander to trap Kinnian in the active because he does have lots of HP, or not HP, but retreat cost. So we can easily trap him in the active. See what my opponent gets. He doesn't get anything from his Trainer's Mail. Gonna see a Max Elixir. Successful Max Elixir. And possibly a Supporter. Attach. Sycamore. Double Lysander, wow. Definitely want to Lysander this out next turn. Give me another turn of attachments, hopefully. Going to Max Elixir again. Another one here. That's pretty scary that he's almost powered up a Volcanion EX on the bench. We're going to see a Power Heater for 20. Let's see if we can prevent him from attacking with this next turn. Definitely don't want to see that, and then we'll Lysander this. I'll actually evolve in a Garb in case it's something, like an end or something. And I'll hit him for 70. Now if we can't retreat, that's great, because then we can damage change the following turn. Something like an N or Sycamore would be great here as well. We're done with a lot of Trainer's Mail pretty early. And the Sycamore is prized. And we do have Silent Lab out, so we can't actually use Shaman if we get it. Going to attach, Floatstone is active, so it did prevent him from attacking this turn with his larger Volcanion EX. Allowed us to get some damage on this one. Potentially after these 2 attachments I can knock him out. Also forces them to put his Floatstone on this one. And we're going to see a Power Heater again for 20. And 40 is a pretty safe number to be at. Cool, so we did draw into something, that's good. Yes, for the Sycamore, and hopefully get Floatstone. That will prevent him from being able to steam up next turn. Didn't actually find a Floatstone, found a lot of Max Elixirs, which we can discard. One of them, I don't know why Floatstone we have prized. None, so that's just unfortunate drawing. Could see Delinquent from him, so I'll actually just hold on to this, and because we're not guaranteed anything, I'm gonna damage change. If we had gotten a Floatstone, I would have just Shatter Shot it, but Damage Change is also fine. It's two-shotting him regardless. So if we set up another Mewtwo, we'll be looking pretty decent. Also, we need to set up our Garbodor. Right now, he doesn't look like he can do much because of Silent Lab, so we can see Silent Lab putting in a lot of work. See an attachment onto his other Volcanion EX and another Power Heater. You can't really do much. With our first Max Elixir, and our second, we hit, which is nice. So we can start setting up another Mewtwo, potentially. We whiff the Floatstone again, so that could be pretty relevant. Bench another Trubbish. It's pretty bad news bears on our part, but we'll Shatter Shot. Hopefully he doesn't bump our Stadium. We do get another energy. It's going to promote this Volcanion, which can get knocked out next turn. Probably going to see another Power Heater for my opponent. Fighting Fury about going on to this baby Volcanion and the Sycamore. Both Shamans were in his hands, so that's pretty harsh. If Silent Lab wasn't in play, he could have used Shaman to set up. He's going to bench another Volcanion EX. Trainer's Mail. If I can't get double Garb actually. I can Super Rod next turn. And then Sycamore. That would be pretty good. But if I draw into Floatstone, then I'll be looking to be in pretty good shape here. If he hits me for 30, that's actually really good because then a Volcanic Heat from Volcanion EX will put me at 180, and I can damage change for knockout. Floatstone would just be really nice to grab right now. Hitting you for 30, that's fine. Floatstone, boom. Now I can actually VS for Lysander. Attach Lysander, this Volcanion, and I'll actually take a knockout on it. Shatter Shot hitting for 130. 2 prizes, and we're looking to be in pretty good shape right now. Silent Lab really prevented my opponent from getting an explosive start. He does have lots of energies out, lots of setup fields, but can't really do much with it because of Garbodor plus Silent Lab. gonna Lysander, picking up the knockout on my Garbodor, which is unfortunate. He didn't Volcanic Heat, so it really helped him with that. If he would have Volcanic Heated into my Mewtwo, he would have actually been in really bad shape. So now we can cycle back a Garbodor and 2 energies. That's fine. Ultra Ball, Pokemon Center Lady, Enhanced Hammer, pick up another Garbodor, and then we can try to grab another Float Stone. I think that's pretty good. Hopefully we pick it up. We don't. That's pretty unfortunate. We do get another energy here. We can think we'll damage change because Shatter Shot then knocks it out. Next turn, we're 2-shotting anyways, so we'll do that. And again, 50 is not a big deal if we have to damage change back. We have Silent Lab again, so if he bounces our Stadium like he just did, we can replace it with Silent Lab. Whips his Max Elixir. But now that he can use abilities, it might be a little bit too late for him. Whipping setups could just be in trouble now. Professor's Letter, you can attach, Steam Up, and retreat, but that still doesn't give him a knockout. He would need... oh, he only grabbed 1 energy as well. He might use his Stadium, Scorched Earth, Steam Up for 2nd time. Now if he doesn't attack with anything but Baby Volcanion, he's actually looking in really bad shape. If he Volcanic Heats this turn, that's pretty bad. So we'll see what he does here. If he Volcanic Heats this turn, and he will get the other Volcanion, so that actually does knock me out. So that's pretty unfortunate there. So just 1 turn of abilities, you can already see that he's looking to be in pretty good shape. And we're down lots of resources, so he could easily swing this game back in his favor. For Canyon and Salamence, which isn't a big deal. He's also down a lot of resources. Steam us for a 3rd time, and he does, which is really unfortunate for us that he got all of those cards. And we lift our Float Stone again. It was pretty likely, drawing 3 cards. However, there are still 2 in the deck. All he does is have to retreat and attach, and he gets a knockout. He's deciding whether or not that's his play. It's definitely his play, and he knows that. Right, you might see a float stone, maybe a switch. If not, just manually retreat, which would be pretty bad for my opponent. Again, being down, looks like 5, 6, 9 energies in play. He was able to one-shot me though, which was crazy. Just off of one turn, he was able to one-shot me. Now, if I can draw onto cards here that I need, let's see. Draw into a Sycamore, potentially giving me Silent Lab plus. Garbo again, and I whiff the. That's crazy, actually. I whiffed the float stone, but I hit the. Hit the crushing hammer, but man, that's unfortunate. That is super unfortunate. 2 in deck, 14 cards, 7 card hand, and a whiff, which was really bad. And I can't Sycamore again, or I lose. So this is just a bad situation for me. I can end him if he's able to knock me out, but if he's able to knock me out, he basically wins. Again, I'm looking off Fringe, just Stadium. I have to play something like Stadium, Energy, Pokemon Ranger plus 3 Steam Ups. Something along those lines. He needs a lot of cards to be able to pull this knockout off. That is one of them. It's very scary. Trainer's Mail. Something like double Escape Rope would be very bad. He gets a Stadium. I can Lysander next turn for a knockout. But if it's like triple Steam Up here, that would be really bad. Even not triple Steam Up, because I can't really retreat because both float stones are still in deck. Really unfortunate not drawing into just one. So my opponent's taking a little bit to decide what he does here. But if I can find the float stone, I can Lysander the Volcanion that's heavily damaged. And that'd be nice. If he knocks me out, I can still do that play. Unfortunately, do lose all my ability locking methods. So he does have Fisherman, so he's just kind of taking a long time to make optimal plays. Steam Up, Steam Up, Steam Up, and Power Heater for 110. So I do lose my Garbodor, and that's unfortunate because I was unable to draw a Float Stone. A little salty about that, but there's nothing you can really do about it, I guess. All my trainer's mails are discarded, so I can set up, but it would not be good putting something down that's easily targeted. So you can see how Volcanion can come back from something like this. Lysander this, out. Shatter Shot for 130. Bring us down to 1 prize. An Escape Rope could actually win us the game next turn. Don't know how many energies I have left in the deck. 4, 8. Don't know how many energies. It would be 2, but potentially 2 are prized. Or 1 is prized. Okay, so I definitely have 1 in deck. But if I can draw into an energy, he's going to enemy to 1. Actually, that's pretty bad for me. I don't have the option to Escape Rope anymore. Or just Sycamore for my last energy. And there's the Floatstone giving me the nice kind of troll. The end to 1, and I draw the 1 card I needed the turn prior. So we're going to end in response. We draw to Shaman, but don't think I can use that really, so I'm going to damage change. Damage change. Now if he doesn't retreat, I can win next turn pretty easily. I just need to hit an energy. My opponent is trying to decide what to do. He just power heaters for 30. Gonna power more things up. Probably attach some here so he can retreat. Yep. Alright, so now 4 and 4, that's 8. I should have at least 1 energy left in deck. So we'll try to grab it right now. See if I can. Don't grab any way for me to do that. Only doing 130. Oh, I could have escape roped actually. But I do have 2 energies left in deck, I can see that. So it's unfortunate that I couldn't find one. Shatter Shot. And now he has to find a switching card and an energy. But if he has Escape Rope and energy, he wins. So whiffing the energy could have easily lost me the game here. Double whiff, which would be heartbreaking. Plus I have both Floatstones in my hand, which is gut-wrenching again. So we'll see what my opponent can pull off. He's probably going to dig for a Shaman here. Gonna grab Salamence. You might be ending here, Sycamoring. Going to attach. Ooh, and just. That's the game. Okay, and then I can just Shadow Shot, but he concedes, so there you go. You can see how strong this deck can be against the current decks in the format. You can find all these cards on deaddrawgaming.com. Make sure to check out the website and the YouTube channel for more Pokemon related content. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a good day.